we're gonna add in now the Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, is that how you say it? Worcestershire? Hey everyone, I'm Sav and this is Lagom Eats. Today we're gonna be making a quick and easy shepherd's pie. Like my tri-tip recipe, this is one of my go-to weeknight dinners. Hearty ground lamb mixed with vegetables and topped off with creamy mashed potatoes. It's satisfying and filling, just classic comfort food. Plus, it's super easy to whip up after work. Let's take a look at the ingredients. We're gonna be using 1.5 cups of ground lamb, 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, 1 cup of frozen peas, 1 onion, 1 large carrot, 3 cloves of garlic, a sprig of rosemary, 3 sprigs of thyme, a little bit of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1/2 cup of beef stock, 1/2 cup of red wine. For the potatoes, we're gonna be using 2 pounds of russet potatoes, 4 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 cup of sour cream, 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. Let's get cooking. We're gonna start with our potatoes so we can get them on the stove to simmer. We're gonna peel our potatoes. All right, let's add our potatoes to our pot. We're gonna fill this up with water. Let's sprinkle a little salt in there. We want our potatoes seasoned throughout, so you wanna make sure that you season your water. All right, let's cover our pot, and now we are going to turn on our stove and bring it up to a simmer, and simmer until they're tender. I'm gonna put it on the stove behind me though, because we're gonna start our filling. So we preheated our oven to 400 degrees because once this is all prepared, we're gonna put it in the oven for about 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and chop up our veggies. We'll start with our carrot. We're going to peel off the top layer of it. So instead of dicing this up, we're actually going to grate it. This is how Gordon Ramsay does his shepherd's pie, and I love, instead of like that chunky like mince, it's really like fine and smooth in there. All right, let's grate up our onion and do the same thing as the carrot. Just get some nice mince on these vegetables. Final thing we gotta do is get our herbs ready. So you wanna peel off your rosemary leaves. We'll give these a little chop. All right, now we're gonna take our time and get all these leaves off. So just kind of pull down the stalk like that. Now we're ready to start our filling. We're gonna turn on our stove to medium high and let our pan heat up. Let's pour in our oil, probably about a tablespoon here. Don't need much. Let it heat a little bit. All right, let's put in our lamb. Kind of spread it out on the pan. We're gonna let this cook until there's no pink. Our lamb is cooked, so we're gonna put in our onion and carrot. Put in that onion. Here goes the carrot. Mix it in there. All right, we're gonna let that saute for about a minute or two. So we're making a shepherd's pie here, so we're using ground lamb. If you were to use ground beef, like a lot of people do, that would actually be a cottage pie. All right, now we're gonna season with a little bit of salt and pepper. Don't over season it at this point because we can always add more towards the end. Just do a little bit. You do wanna be seasoning your dishes throughout. Let's add in our garlic. I'm gonna use a microplane to grate them in there. Mix it in. Let's add in our thyme and our rosemary. Sprinkle it in there. All right, we're gonna add in now the Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, is that how you say it? Worcestershire. And tomato paste. I'm gonna put about a tablespoon, but again, I don't measure very often. All right, and about a tablespoon of our tomato paste. Let's mix it in there. We're gonna open up our wine. We're gonna add about 1/2 cup here. Now what we're doing is making like a gravy that's gonna coat our meat. Let that wine kind of simmer off for a minute so all the alcohol cooks off. Now we're gonna add in our beef stock. Gonna add about half a cup. Let's mix that in. And now we're gonna let this simmer for a few minutes until that gravy thickens up. All right, our sauce has reduced a bit. We're going to put in our peas. They're frozen, so they're already cooked. They just need to be heated through. Stir them right in. Now we're gonna season with salt and pepper. A little bit more salt, pepper. Stir that in. All right, let's give it a taste. I'm gonna put in a little bit more salt. All right, let's try it one more time. All right, that's much better. Now we're gonna set this on the stove behind me just to keep it warm while we make our mashed potatoes. Our potatoes are tender now. I drained out the water. Now we're gonna use a stand mixer with a paddle attachment. You don't have to, you can use a potato masher if you'd like. We're gonna put our butter in there. Let the heat from the potatoes melt the butter. Right, and we're gonna slowly mix them. Turn it on low though, you don't want flying hot potatoes coming out. All right, we're gonna add in our sour cream. Give it a mix. I love adding sour cream to my potatoes. It kind of gives it a little bit of a tanginess, which I really like. Okay, now we're gonna slowly pour in our cream until it's the consistency that we want. Let's start with that. That is actually a good consistency, so I'm not gonna add in the rest of the cream. But we are going to season with salt and pepper. Now potatoes need a lot of salt, so don't be shy. All right, let's give it a mix. All right, let's give these a taste. See if we need to add more salt and pepper. That's perfect. All right, all we gotta do now is put our potatoes on our lamb mixture. Some people put this in a pastry bag and like pipe it out really nice on the lamb mixture. I don't like to do it. I kind of like a more rustic looking shepherd's pie, so I kind of plop them on. All right, now we're gonna spread this around evenly. Let's sprinkle our Parmesan cheese all over this. Sprinkle it on. This is gonna get our potatoes golden brown and a little crispy. We're gonna put this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. Oh, this looks and smells absolutely incredible. Can't wait to get a bite. All right, let's get some of this. Oh man. Yum. That mashed potato and the lamb mixture. It's gonna be so amazing. All right, I gotta get a bite of this. Gotta get some of these potatoes and lamb. A pea, I love peas. All right. Potatoes are super creamy. That gravy on the meat is incredible. This is such a hearty and filling dish, just classic comfort food. It's delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed my quick and easy shepherd's pie. The full recipe can be found on my food blog at logumeats.com. I've got new delicious dishes coming out every week, so hit a like and subscribe below. I'll see you guys next time. Hey-do.